Hi, everybody. Today is Tuesday, March 19th. It is the 16th day of the Chatbot Challenge. Congratulations. If you're still here, you made it a long ways. If you're just joining us, last couple of weeks, we went over offers, niches, setting up GoHighLevel, getting CloseBot turned on, and now we are making our marketing materials. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to get started today where we left off from yesterday. If you have any questions, just raise your hand during. You can ask anything you want. Okay. Can you all see my screen? Yes? Thumbs up? Anyone? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I can see it.
Thanks, Tony. All right, cool. Now you can see my screen. Okay, so here's where we left off yesterday. We were working on our agent chatter web page. Looks like this. Real quick. So yesterday, what we did is we loaded this up. We changed some colors, changed all the text, changed the graphics, showed you where everything is. We made a calendar and we connected it. So last night, what I did to make this easier for you is when you look at this web page in GoHighLevel, you'll notice that I gave everything custom values. Well, let me go back to this page. I gave everything custom values. And I did that for two reasons. One, I felt like it, and I just thought it was kind of neat. Two, I thought it might be easier for you. So here's how this works. Now, you can, of course, go through and change these manually. Okay, but what I did is every single value in here is now in a custom value in GoHighLevel. So if you don't know GoHighLevel, there's custom values. These custom values here, these strings, for instance, see custom values.button text. I just copied it. And I replaced the text, for instance, in this button with that custom value text. So essentially, anything that's in here is going to get replaced in here. So if I look at this website, this is actually what it looks like. Okay, and it's taking it all from custom values. So what that means is that you can just go through. All you got to do is change these values up. There's not that many of them. There's only 32. And that'll replace all the text on here, all the way down to the bottom, including your domain name, this text in here, everything. I even have the colors in here. So this is a hex code color. If you know how to do hex codes, they look like this. So here's like HTML color codes. I mean, most of you probably know this, but like if I click on a color, it actually has this value here, right? So watch this. This is amazing. So let's say I take this color and I paste it in here. I'm gonna copy this color real quick just so I don't lose it. 00BFA6, not the best way to do it, but that works. Okay, cool. All right, so now watch what happens if I change this variable. It's cool. I'm gonna change this to this color. Now, when I go to agent chatter and hit refresh, look at that, it changed the color of our links and our button text. You still have to go through and get the graphic colors right because we did that with undraw, but that's kind of cool. So I'm going to go back and turn it back to the green color to match our graphics. And I just saved this little snippet here. I'm going to paste back in the hexadecimal code. And that's all you got to do. You can just change these up, put them into ChatGPT. If you weren't here yesterday, we put all this text into ChatGPT and had ChatGPT rewrite it. So if you didn't watch the day 15 video, please watch it because I don't want you using duplicate text and using my text. I like you to use your own text. Okay. I even went so far as to on metadata. I even filled out the metadata for you, so you don't have to do anything as long as this is right here. So here's company name, which is over here, company name, custom values description, which is right over here. Here's my description. I've even got keywords in here. So as long as you change all this up, you don't need to touch this web page at all, unless you want to update the graphics. Okay. Okay, cool. So now let's keep going. Any questions? Anyone? Raise your hand. I can't see if you do, so speak up. All right, cool. All right, so let's keep going. That's where we left off. So now what do we need to do? Now, this is going to be a demo. I'll refresh this. So this is going to be a demo. We obviously want to have something for them to demo. So the way this works is if they click on live demo, it comes to a pop-up window that's duplicating this. Oop, this is going to a single page. Let me show you what it looks like. Sorry. Okay, so this is my old site. This is doing a different type of demo where if they click live demo, it's the same backend, which you'll see, but this is a page. We could make one of these pages maybe. So I sometimes send people to this page where they can pick the type of demo they want, enter their name, address, cell phone, etc. Then they run the demo. So we're going to build this page also. Okay. But I just want to show you real quick what it looks like, what this should look like. God, sorry, things are a little slow. Okay, so this is what this is what it does. Let's see here. I'm in my Rosenfeld marketing site. Okay, so here. Okay, so, oops, sorry, wrong one. Okay, so we're gonna do this, a pop-up window. Okay, so this is the same form as you just saw. You pick your bot, you enter your phone number, and then you agree to the terms. These are required. Okay, so here's what I'm not gonna do during this challenge. And I want to take a note of this. So we're on day 16. Okay. So we're going to talk about A2P, which is approved. I don't know what A2P stands for. I don't really, it's irrelevant. Required for SMSing. Costs money. Takes time. And it requires an EIN number. Okay. So in order to use phone numbers with GoHighLevel, like one of these where they can enter their phone number and chat with the bot over the cell phone, which is really cool. You need to pay money and you need to apply for an SMS number. I'm not going to do that for agent chatter. Okay. I'm going to do a different type of demo. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to rebuild this demo on this website here. So you can see how I built this demo if you already have a phone number. Okay. If you do not have a phone number, you're starting your agency and you've never done it before, leave a comment in the group, search online for it. A2P approval is annoying, but it's something that you have to get past. And I'm not going to do it during this challenge because you don't always get approved on the first time. It can take days, could take a week, may take 24 hours. But just be aware that in order to send text messages, you have to have an approved number. So we're going to do that on a different site that looks identical. For now, we're going to continue with agent chatter, and we're going to make a new type of demo. Okay, cool. So the demo that we want to run here is I'd like to do two things here. One, before they run the demo, I'd like to get their email address so you could opt in. If they don't make an appointment with you, but they run your demo, let's try to get their email address, okay? So we're going to build a quick opt-in form that they have to complete in order to see the demo. This other demo, you don't have to do that. It's free. This is also a lead magnet, but we're not going to be getting their email and name because we're going to be using Facebook. So I want to grab this information, okay? We're going to make a lead magnet from this. So when they click on live demo, it's going to open up a form. So we're going to make a new form in Agent Chatter, real simple form. And then we're going to make an opportunity. So I'm going to get rid, we don't need, get rid of last name. I'm going to keep email. And I'm going to get rid of phone number. I'm going to get rid of this. And the button, I'm going to make black. Always this default green, which I think is terribly ugly. I'm going to, in the button here, I'm going to say submit. No, let's do try the free demo. Okay. I'm also going to do two other things. I want this to be a small form. So let's edit the form a little bit and let's give it a name. So we'll call it lead magnet or opt-in. I'll call this opt-in. No, there's two opt-ins for the phone number. I'll call this lead magnet. You can call it whatever you want. Oops, typo. Okay. I want to make this an inline form, which means that it's going to fit, it's going to be smaller. Okay. And I also want to get rid of the outline border type none. And I'm going to save this. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to my sites. I'm going to go to my funnel that we're working on here. We're working on this one pager. Okay. Open up my one pager. Not become a two pager, but that's okay. I'm going to open up this home page we're working on here. And we're going to edit this. So we're going to edit the form here. So you're going to edit the pop-up settings. It's going to open up the pop-up. Notice I have the title even as a custom value. So you don't even have to mess with the title. I want to add the form. So we made this new form. It's called lead magnet. Looks like that. It shouldn't have that drop shadow. So I want to get rid of that. I'm going to save that just to make this easier. I'm going to duplicate this tab and I'm going to do two things at once. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to close this up. Okay, cool. So we have our form in here. So the button action should go to, we want to go to the demo, which is going to be the next step. I'm going to do next step. I'm going to save that. And we'll build that. We're going to build that step. I'm going to publish that. I also like to have my pop-up. I have it when they click anywhere on the outside. That's the setting I turned on, so it makes it a little easier to turn the pop-up off. And I do have the pop-up showing on exit. Why not? It's just another chance to get their email address. Okay, so I keep that on, hit save, hit publish. Okay, cool. All right, so now we need to make the second page which is going to have the demo on it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this page. I'm going to clone this funnel step. Let's clone this funnel step. Drag it up here because it's the next step. We want the next step. I'm going to do this and I'll do demo page. Yeah, you can change this up here, maybe demo, because then you can send people there directly if they don't want to get their email address, or you can make it a harder URL to remember. But I think you'll get it. And update that step. Okay. Now we want to edit this page. So everything's in here is custom variables, and that's fine. But we know that we want our demo to demo. We'll just have two bots. We'll do a listing bot and we'll do a buying bot. So I want to, since this is a new page called demo, I want to get rid of all this stuff here. Get rid of this and get rid of this row. And get rid of this. Okay, so now we just have these two things here. So I'm going to change the new headline. We'll just say chatbot demos. Boom. Okay. Now I'm going to add a new this here. Sorry. I want two buttons. So I'm going to make a new one of these. Oops. Sorry. First column, second column. Oh, I see what's going on there. We don't want that. Okay. I want to duplicate this. Okay. I want to include, sorry, I want one of these. I want a two column. I want to drag this up. Okay. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Cool. So now I'm going to add a button here, and this is just to get started. We'll do, let's see, we want our background color to be this, we want it to be the right background color. So to do that, I just got to go to, here's how if you're making a new page, which we're here. I just go to my custom values. And I get this color value here. I copy it, custom values out color. And then I'm going to add a custom color. Then I paste this in, this variable right here after the hashtag. Okay, because that's how it knows that it's the color. I'll do add color. Color already exists. Okay, my bad. This color is the color. There we go. Cool. It was already in there. There it is. And then I'm going to add another. I'm going to duplicate this button because I'm going to have two buttons. So I'm just going to duplicate this. I'm going to drag this one over. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to add some space above here. So I click on this row. I'm going to add some padding. See, like 60 or 40. Okay, cool. I'm going to add some bottom padding. Separate it from down there. Okay, cool. I'm also going to get rid of this disclaimer because it's on the second page. So you don't necessarily need this, only on the landing pages. So I keep these things. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to save that. Not very sexy right now, but that's okay. Remember, since we duplicated this page, everything is in here, your company name, description, etc. You might want to add like under the title, I'll do it for you. Title, demo. Okay. Cool. Save that. All right. Now I'm going to make this right align or left aligned. I'll make this or left align, right aligned and left aligned. Cool. And then I'll add some left padding here. And some right padding here. Okay, cool. So now this is going to be, I'm going to hard code this. Try the listing demo. And then we'll do try the buying bot demo. We'll call this the listing bot demo and the buying bot demo. Okay, cool. I'm also going to get rid of this button up here because you don't need it. This is the second page. This is the second page. I don't want them to disappear. Oops. You got to add like a little tiny element of nothing here to make it safe. Okay, cool. Oh, I don't want to do that. That's the header. Let's see here. All right, I'm just going to do something real quick. I don't want that header to be copied. So let me just do this really quickly. I'm just going to copy this. Oops, I just duplicate this 2-column thing here. So I did this. I'll duplicate this 2-column thing here. Wait, I'm going to move this. I'm going to get rid of the padding that I added to this. 0. 0. 0. Get rid of this button. I'm going to get rid of this button. I want this button. I want to duplicate this button. I'm going to drag this into here. And I'm going to just add empty space here, literally, space, okay. Now I'm going to move this up. I'm going to move it up one more time. And I'm going to get rid of this header, only on this page. Okay, cool. That's close enough. Okay, then this needs a little more padding on it over here. Like 20. Okay, cool. Okay. Let's see what happens. Hopefully I didn't mess every other page up. Let's find out. So I'm reloading the home page. Okay, it didn't lose anything. Okay, we're good. Okay, cool. So here's the demo. Okay, so now we got to hook up some demos here, right? So now let's do this. Now we're going to get back into CloseBot and Facebook. All right, cool. Any questions about what I just did before we move on? Anyone? Anyone? All right, cool. Let's move on. Okay, so now we want to make bots. Okay, so let me get some pages loaded here. We'll get back into that. Okay, second, please. Okay, app.closebot. Okay. So we're gonna make our default agent chatter bot the buying bot. So what I'm going to do essentially is I'm going to recreate this. Remember we showed, this is real estate. So I'm loading up some pages here to look at. So remember we were talking about this realtor who had not much of a Facebook presence. They didn't have a website. They didn't have any listings on their own website. They were all listings on their MLS or their, realtor.com website where they lose the listing juice because I could then get another realtor to help me with this property, even though it is presented by them. And I think it would, they could still make money off of it, but possibly not as much as they could have, especially with all the rules changing now with buyers and sellers, agents, commissions. So this is kind of the model we're going at based off of something I already created for this person. So if I look at the Facebook page, I've got two different Facebook page. I got two different bots here that we're going to recreate. Okay. So one of them is a listing bot. It's going to look something like this. And I'm actually going to duplicate this page. I don't have to recreate the page. We're going to make a listing bot. I'm going to duplicate this page and bring it into agent chatter. Okay. So this listing bot page has a phone number to it. But we'll figure out a way to make it work with Facebook. Okay. Actually, I'm going to make a Facebook listing page is what I'm going to do from this. That's what we'll do. Okay, cool. All right, let me think here. All right, cool. So let's do that. So now we got to go to Facebook. And we're going to make 2 pages. Well, we have agent chatter, but I want to make a specific demo for listing bot. Okay, so now we're on agent chatter. Okay. But I want to make, so let's make agent chatter be our default buying bot. Okay, so that'll make it easy. So we already have a bot going on here, connected. We connected this already. And it's trying to buy a house, right? So this could be our buying bot, and it's very unprofessional. When you want to list this crib, hit me up. Nice. All right, so let's look at this bot. I only have 1 bot. In order to make 2 bots, I'm going to have to get a bigger account. So today we're going to do 1 bot, and then tomorrow I'm going to move this whole account into my unlimited plan. So let's do the single bot here, okay? So we're going to continue with this buying bot, okay? So I want to go to modify bot. And I'm going to have to, I'll probably have to recreate this, but that's okay. Agent chatter default. The default one will be the buying bot. Charlie's his name. Charlie's the bot's name. So let's look at our main. I'm going to turn off unprofessional, and I'm going to turn on approachable and take off caring and let's do approachable and caring. I'm going to save that because I didn't like how the bot was responding over here. They're a little too personal. Okay, so again, to go over this bot, it's you're an investor named at rep name, which would be Charlie at the best day in cash home buying company there is. Your company's super local and trusted, so don't have to worry about a thing. Agent chatter buys houses. It can close on a rapid timeline when needed and a buy as is. You remodel homes after you purchase, so at lead name doesn't have to make repairs, and here's how we're responding. I'm going to take out this thing here. If lead name asks how you got their contact information, that's irrelevant for purposes of this bot, okay? And I'm going to do this. Don't talk about pricing. I'll save that. Okay, cool. Now, right now, the way this bot works is it's pretty basic. It's getting their timeline, the motivation for selling, how interested they are in getting rid of the property. These are kind of what came with default with this. When you start a new bot, you can pick up, like, there's a few templates, like maybe 10 templates now. One of them is real estate. This is the built-in real estate bot. Okay. So the first thing it asks is timeline, then motivation, interest, email, booking. But we're missing some things here. When you do a demo with someone, you usually want to know their name and stuff, right? So if we go back to agent chatter and we run it, remember we added a form here. Okay. So let's get the form, get their name and stuff into a bot and try to run this form, but I don't think we're gonna be able to keep this name. All right. So actually, let me think real quick. I'm gonna actually let me skip the lead magnet part of this, and then we'll get back to it in a second. Okay. So let's say they did fill out their name and their email, and they click try the free demo. We'll hook this up in a bit. I'm also gonna make an opportunity pipeline so you can see leads coming in. All right. They click that. Then it's going to go to this page only after you get the lead. And it looks like this. So now we want to connect. So the buying bot demo actually is going to connect to this their Facebook page, the agent chatter Facebook page, which I'll get up. I know this is a little confusing. 1 sec, sorry. All right. So we got agent chatter. Okay, so first let's connect this button to this existing bot because this bot works, and then we'll tweak it to get the name and stuff. Okay, so let's connect this buying bot to the demo. So I just learned this yesterday. If you grab, let's see, so this is the number of this page here. So I just learned this yesterday. So if you do, what is it, m.me, yeah. So basically on this button here, I'm just going to do a link. I'm going to do website URL, and the website is going to be this, and here's how it works. And I'm going to paste this in the workflow. This is cool. All right. So essentially Marketing website acquired. Okay. So let's talk about this is called direct Facebook Messenger URLs. Okay. So what you got to do is get the page number, name. I didn't name my page specifically, so it's in the URL. I just have the number. So you're going to get your page name or page number, which is up here. All right. It looks like this. I'll show you. It's this number here. Okay. Every page has one. I'm going to grab this number. So if I entered https://m.me/ and then this number, watch what it does. This is cool. I just learned this yesterday. I'm shocked. Okay, so I'm going to publish this. And let's look at it. And it should open up Facebook Messenger. Oh, this one, oh, sorry, that's my Josh spot. I got to do that. I have the wrong address. My bad. 616. Okay. So here. There we go. Save that. An error while creating this page. Okay, save it again. Okay, publish. All right. Now, when we look at this page, this is going to go directly to this. Kind of cool. It goes right to, I hate that it has to show who I'm talking to, but it goes right to the agent chatter chat page. I'd be like, hi. Now it knows it's me, so I'm in the middle of a conversation string, right? But look at that, instant access to a chatbot. So now let's make another chatbot. We're going to make this list. We're going to get this listing chatbot ready. I don't have that specifically. I want to go to Facebook and I want to click here and I go to pages and I do create new page. And we're going to make a nice listing page here real quick. Okay. So we're going to call this, so we're going to duplicate. I'm duplicating, which page here? I want to duplicate this page here. Okay. So we're going to make this page in Facebook. All right. So we'll call this page name 7279. And this is how I recommend you do it for an agent too. Sly, Fox Lane, Manassas, VA 20112. Okay. Category, real estate. And leave this blank. All right. And we are going to put in some pictures here. You've created too many pages recently. Oh no, I'm in trouble. Okay. So it's not letting me banned for making more pages. Holy shit. Okay. So I can't make any more pages today. So let's keep going a different direction. Wow. I'm banned. Holy cow. How many pages do I have? I have a lot of pages. Not that many pages. All right. So they don't like you making tons of pages in a day, but we'll continue finishing up this page tomorrow. So let's keep going with our buying bot. Okay. Now, this buying bot, this is a close bot here. This buying bot is coming in, but it doesn't ask what your name is, any of that stuff, right? So I want to add that in. And notice we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look, we added an extra lane. So I'm going to move everything down one. I want to add a new variable name, and I'm going to just use the built-in one here because then it auto-populates with the right prompting. Okay. And this is a slightly different interface since we looked at this last time, if you haven't noticed. To erase an objective, you no longer drag it into that, red box on the right. You apparently hit this trash can here. Everything looks like it has a help tooltip to it. This is new. So this type here, we'll get into this later. I haven't played with it yet, but apparently we've been using the gather info objective type where it's always asking a question. There's a give info objective type where you can give info like a URL. And this will be very helpful because we've been running into issues with giving out URLs in an objective. So this will help solve that. We're not going to mess with that right now. And then let's just see what he did here. Anything new? So this is the same advanced objective training. You don't need to mess with it. Okay. So I'm going to close this. So now we have a name objective. And looks like I would need to double up on objectives here. Right now, we've only got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 lanes. 6 columns, which is fine. I'm going to double up here because I want to get their name and I want to get their phone. Oops, I like to do it from here. So name, phone. Okay, cool. So it's going to get their name and their phone, and then it's going to go to this column here, and it's going to ask the question which it thinks it should ask first. So I just kind of leave it like that. Then it's going to go back to interest, email, and then booking. Can't book an appointment without an email. That's why it's asking for email. Okay, I'm going to save this bot. And now we're going to add something to check to see if we already have their name and phone number, so it skips these objectives. Okay. So I'm going to go to my CloseBot automations folder, and we're going to make a new automation. And you can use this automation again and again on all your bots. We're going to build it from scratch because I don't know how to copy a workflow just easily from one sub account to another. So we're going to do this. I'm going to go to CloseBot. We're going to add a section here. I want to load up an example so I don't mess it up. 1 second, please. One sec here. I'm just looking for the right bot skipper here.
Yeah, after the
Can you mute, please, whoever's chatting? Sorry. Thank you. Hold on. Sorry, folks. In here.
at 6, but you said that the vertical is too long. It's close. It's off of it.
Lily, can you please mute? I'm trying to mute your phone. Thank you. Okay. Where were we? Oh yeah. Okay. Pre-check. Okay. This. So we're going to rebuild this. Okay. So we're going to make a pre-check. There's 2 ways to do this. So this is one way, and the other way, it's like this. Hold on 1 second. And what this does is this is a more advanced one. I want to find the one that Bryce made recently that's got just basic stuff. So bear with me for 1 second. I just want to find it. It's going to be in too many things going on here. Let's see as well. Let me try this. Yeah, okay, this will work too. All right, so we're going to do Bryce's, not mine. Okay, so we're going to recreate this workflow in Agent Chatter. Okay, so and I like to keep different tools that work with CloseBot in the CloseBot folder. So I'm going to create a new workflow, start from scratch. I'm going to call it step 0. Skip gathered info. And this is really important to do with all your bots all the time. So you're going to want to learn this trick. Okay, so when a new contact is created, when a contact is created, and there's more advanced ways to deal with this, like trick, and we'll get into that later. So I'm going to do a simple one. So when a contact's created, I want an if then. So we're going to recreate this conditional here. If else, and we'll call it check fields. Again, this is a super important thing to know. So we'll do this so that he does these different permutations. So I'm going to do it how he does it because it seems to work very well. Email. And then I'm looking for the first name. So contact details, first name is not empty. And this is programming, right? So once you watch us do this, watch me do this, you'll know how to kind of do more cool things. So I'm going to add another condition. And I want to make it an and condition. So if the first name is empty and the email is empty, I'm sorry, is not empty. And I'm going to do one more. And you can see the pattern going on here. And the phone is not empty. Okay. Now I'm going to make a new branch. I'm sorry, I'm going to make a new branch. This is just going to be phone and email. And here, if phone is not empty, contact details, phone. If phone is not empty, and if email is not empty, I'm going to make another condition here for name and phone. There's a few ways you can do this. This is just one technique. So contact details, name, first name is not empty. And I'm going to add a condition. If phone, contact details, phone is not empty. And you'll see why we did this in a second. Okay, now I'm going to add, let's see. So I got phone, email, name, phone. Now I need to do name, email. I'm going to add a branch. Call this name, email. So it basically gets every possible permutation of these three things, right? So I'll call this name, email. I'm going to do contact details. I want to look for first name. It's not empty. And I want to add one more and condition. I want to do email. Contact details, email is not empty. And I'm going to save this. And I'm going to save this real quick. I didn't publish it yet. So now look, we already got this going on here, just like this. No problem. So now there's just a simple skipped objectives. And here's how this looks. So I'm going to, it's just an update field data on that goals accomplished. If you remember, we talked about goals accomplished field, and I'll show you this again. So I'm going to add this in here. I'm going to update field data, update contact field. I'm going to call it skip objectives. And I want to add the field goals accomplished. Okay. Now, since we're asking for these three fields in our bot, and let's see. Yeah, so in our bot, we're asking for name, phone, and email. I'm going to save this bot just to make sure these do show up in goals accomplished. They will. So now if I click goals accomplished, you'll see name, phone, bot. So I need to, excuse me here, 1 second. Sorry. I need to duplicate this skipped objective under name, phone, email. So I want to turn on phone, name, and email. Okay. Save that action. Now I'm just going to duplicate this action. Copy action, copy here. Make sure this matches. This is phone and email. Click here, phone and email. So I'm going to click off name. Save that. I'm going to copy this. And this is name and phone. I want to add name. See? And then finally, we have name and email. I'm going to copy this. And I want to get rid of phone, and this is name and email. Cool. Okay, I'm going to publish this, and I'm going to save it. And basically, the none line, the none conditional, nothing happens, right? So this runs every time a contact is created, and it checks for these. The more advanced one I was showing you had other triggers, but we'll just use just trigger for now. Okay, so I'm going to close this. Okay, cool. So now we have step 0, which is skip gathered info. So if it already knows who I am, because in the contacts, so like James, hey James tried it out, I tried it out. Guest visitor, this weird guest visitor. That's what happens if you use live chat. Okay, so live chat, the name is filled out, but you don't know, it's not the right name. So again, live chat from GoHighLevel, it still needs a little bit of tweaking on the GoHighLevel end, but it works. And there's also a way to possibly look for if first name is guest, then ask name again. We'll do that maybe later if we get into live chat. So look, so here's Josh Rosenfeld. So here's me, right? So it already knows it. So watch what happens if I, let's see. So AI appointment booked, AI responded. Okay. So I want to get rid of these. I want to get rid of these fields here. So watch. So I'm going to do bot reset on this contact. If you hit reset and do save.
Hey, if you guys need some comedic relief, you should go check out the history of that chat.
This one?
With me.
Okay.
I did a really, when you have a break.
Got it. All right. So I turn off the goals accomplished manually. I'm going to get rid of these here, these tags. Okay, cool. So now if I come back through agent chatter, hold on. I just wanted to open up a window so it's a little easier. Okay, so now if I come back through agent chatter, now it doesn't know that it was talking to me because I turned off all the goals accomplished, right? So now if I start talking to him, it should start over, but it should ask, it should not ask, shouldn't ask for my name, but it just says Facebook user up here, which is interesting. Let's see if it doesn't ask for my name. Wait, is that the right person? Oh, that's me. That's the wrong, I'm talking to the wrong person. Oops, wait, hold on. Let me disregard that. Let me get rid of that. Remove for everyone. Okay, I got rid of that. Cool. I love on sending. All right, so I meant to go here and talk to this person. Okay, cool. Hi. So when you're testing your bot, be careful who you're chatting with. All right. Hi. So it should, if we did this right, it should skip right to asking about, hi there, before we start, you share your full name with me. Okay, so why did that not work? Okay. So now let's go back here to the conversation. No unread conversations. So the AI did respond right now. Oh, let's see. That was my name. I should have skipped that. See, but it doesn't know my name here. Okay, so this is interesting. This is what I thought. So if you come in through Facebook, Facebook isn't allowing the name to get passed. I have not been able to figure this. I have not been able to solve this. So if anyone could figure this out, let me know. But if you talk to the bot from Facebook for the first time, because I reset the bot under my name, even though it should know your name, you have to ask. So I don't know a way around that right now. And it's still trying to get my last name. So let's try here. Before I do that, let me add an email address in here and a phone number. See if it should skip it. This is the testing we talked about, folks. Lots and lots of testing. And okay, I'm going to save that. Okay, so now I'm going to give my last name. It should skip. So I can see. Yeah, it's still asking for phone. So that is not working properly. Okay, see, look, skip. Oh, you know why? This is why. Watch. The trigger for this skip gathered info is contact created. So it only does this when the contact's first created. There are ways around that, but I'm not going to do that in a second. What I am going to do for ease of doing this demo, let me just get rid of this contact, and it should. And the reason you do that is for form submissions. But again, Facebook is slightly different. Okay. So now let me delete this. Let's see, delete chat. Okay, let's start over. What did you say, James? Oh, look at him messing around. Trying to break the bot. Oh, geez. Cancer. If you honestly, you could tell the bot that you're dying, and it will literally say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. That's terrible." It's really crazy. It's really funny to watch. Oh boy. Okay, cool. So let's start talking to this bot again. Okay, so this is a new instance of my contact, and it does not know my name or phone. So if I say hi, that's why this version here, let me show you this other, because this is an important feature, and then we're going to be done for the day, is the skipping gathered info. Let me show you something else. Maybe if we add this to this step, it'll help. But this is kind of what I was doing here. This is a different way to do it. Which looks like this. Okay, so this is my pre-check. And the difference is I added some tags on here. So like that way, if they were coming through a demo, that even though they were already in the system, I was checking it in addition to contact created. So how can I already do that? I want to do, so that means that on automation, step 0, I want it to skip this info every time. So rather than contact created, we could add a new trigger maybe that's tag. Let's see, contact changed. I want a tag. So if they add this tag called, so if this tag is added and it's called AI responded, I want to do that tag. I just want to see what happens if I do this. May not be the best way, but we're inventing this as we go. All right, save that trigger. Okay, so oops, let's say I want to do it right. So this is contact change. I'll do it tag, oops, tag added. AI responded. Always label your things properly if you can, it helps. Okay, so now, see what happens if I do this. Okay, so now this person, I said hi to them. Now it's asking me for my name, right? And so if I go back to this contact, you will see that CloseBot, here I am, added this tag AI responded. So this tag is on here. So basically every time this tag is on here, which is every time now, it's going to add this, it's going to run through our pre-check. Okay. So now let's try this. So I'm going to do, so it has my name. So now it knows my name. Let's say, huh? I'm going to go, huh? Because it knows my name is Josh Rosenfeld. So let's see if it skips this time. Hello? Let's see. So if you want to look and see what your bot's doing, troubleshooting, which is what we're doing now, I'm going to go to enrollment history, see 1150. That looks like it was me there, so that worked. Okay, so execution logs, any errors? What's this? That's an error right there. Oh, what do you know? I'm out of credits. Okay. So if you're using the free trial bot and it stops working, it's because you run out of credits. So I'm not going to increase the number of credits on this bot. What I am going to do is we're going to end the class today. I'm going to move this whole agent chatter under my account. I'm going to use my unlimited account. And I'm also going to switch to my unlimited GoHighLevel because I don't want to pay for 2. So I'll do that tonight. Tomorrow we will start again. We'll keep going. I'll have all my credits back, but I think it'll work. We're going to continue with building our buying bot, dealing with skipping objectives. Then we'll go and build a listing bot. We'll finish our web page. We will work on the opt-in form. We will add opportunity pipeline. So you can kind of see where new leads are coming in and work with them there. Really simple, but it'll give you give a nice starting point. So with that, I'm going to cut it a little early today because I got to do all these updates here. Are there any, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Are there any questions, thoughts, comments, anything for the day? Looks like we lost a bunch of people during the course, but that's okay.
Thanks,
come back
Josh.
later. Yeah, thanks, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll get fixing this. Actually, I have one question for you, James.
Yeah.
Do you know if it's possible? So I started a sub account to just test, and I have a domain there. I tried to start another sub account on my main account and add that domain. It's just not letting me. Is it because I have a domain in another sub account? You think?
You do want to switch. You do want to be off of the other one.
Yeah, I want to get rid of my free trial and just move, but I don't want to
Yeah.
move sub accounts. I'm willing to just redo a new sub account on my existing.
Yeah, I
I'm
would
trying to add the domain. It's not letting me because it's in my free sub account. So
I
I
would-
should get rid of that. That'll
Definitely,
work.
yeah. I would definitely delete it from
Okay.
out of there.
Cool. Well, thank you, folks, for sticking with it through this class, and we'll just keep knocking it out. Have a great day.
Thanks, Josh.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Luigi.